First guy up today, we got Dylan Manuel joining the show. Defensive lineman, Appalachian State. Man, Dylan, thank you so much for joining the show, bro. First question, just to start us off. I mean, we've heard a lot about that visit so far. Can you take us up there? What was your experience like in Boulder for the first time over the weekend?
Man, it was a great experience. First of all, I want to say thank you guys for having me, but it was a great experience. The food was great. We went to the place called The Buff. It was really good.
Fire.
And then, it was overall a great experience, man.
Love to hear it, man. You have been active already in trying to bring more buffs to Colorado with you. Just curious, why is that something that you have kind of taken upon yourself?
Because, man, I don't want nothing but dogs around me, man. I'm trying to come in and change the narrative and win immediately.
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, so you said you want dogs around you. I think watching your film and what you've done the last couple of seasons, I think some might categorize you as a dog, bro. For people who maybe not be familiar with your game, how would you describe your game and kind of what you do on the defensive line?
Well, I consider myself a run stopper because if you can't stop the run, you won't have no fun. So, first of all, you got to stop the run. I'm one of those. And then I can also get after the pass.
Hell yeah.
Dylan, going back to your visit, just what was it about Colorado? What was it about the coaching staff, CU that made you think that was the place that you want to, keep on playing college football at?
It was really Coach Pecco and Coach Livingston. Coach Pecco was a real one since when I first stepped on the campus. And then Coach Livingston just giving me the rundown, like just being completely honest with me and telling me what he wants and how he wants it done.
That's awesome, man. Real quick, could you repeat what you said to Scotty before we went live on the show?
Yeah, I said I almost didn't come on the show because I heard he didn't like meatloaf.
First off, I don't know how you heard that. This has been getting out of hand. I don't know how you heard this. First off, you like meatloaf though, bro? I'm missing out. I'm tweaking.
It's all right. I really don't like it as much as I used to. It doesn't really interest me.
That's crazy. See, so I'm not tripping there, bro. People be talking to me like I'm missing out on the best dish served.
No one has ever said that.
You're just missing out on an American classic is all.
All right, for sure.
You spent a lot of time, obviously, with a bunch of different guys up there, on your visit, a bunch who have already committed to be buffs. Who are some of the guys that you built a relationship with during your visit week?
Most likely Cam Perry, the wide receiver that we got him, and then Danny Scudero, the other wide that we got from San Jose.
Most definitely.
What was it like hanging out with those guys over the weekend?
It was pretty good. Me, Danny, and Cam was all in the same group, so it was pretty fun. Then me and Cam from Atlanta, so we already know each other a little bit.
What was it like interacting with Coach Prime and meeting with him?
Man, it was like a blessing, man, because I never would have thought I would be able to meet him because of who he is. But, man, he's just so genuine, down to earth, and he already tells you what he wants up front.
Dylan, just looking at your profile and stuff, just where you came from recruiting-wise, I mean, no stars and all that. You go out, you break out at Appalachian State. Just how has that motivated you now, at Colorado, now in the Power 4 and the Big 12? How has that motivated you to get to this spot and also, keep pushing in your football career too?
Man, it motivates me a lot because, I was overlooked in high school, and all the big schools like to take height over heart. And I just really kept that with me throughout all my years.
Love that, man.
Where do you get that from? That motivation, that reason to play with heart?
Really my brother, because my brother wasn't the biggest either. He just instilled it in me, and I just really tried to follow after what he done, and because he got undrafted free agent to the Vikings.
Nice.
Heck yeah. What are some of your personal, maybe some of your team goals as well, Dylan, for this upcoming season? Some things that you've thought about that you want to maybe, check the box of and make sure you get done, accomplished?
First of all, I want to go to a bowl game to bring this bowl game to Boulder, and then overall just try to get to a better narrative than what we had the past year. I'm just coming in trying to change the narrative and show these guys that we can win and we will win.
Most definitely. What makes you want to like take on that challenge though? Because like you mentioned a couple of times, like there is a narrative out there right now about Colorado football. What, like I said, makes you want to take on that challenge with some other guys, some dogs around you, of turning that around?
I've always been a person to take on difficult challenges because it's been difficult my whole life, and I just want to go in and go through adversity and overcome it.
Love
Love
that.
that.
How would you describe your game first off, and then what players have you watched throughout your time growing up, becoming a college football player that you've tried to apply to your game moving forward?
I would say it's dominant, and I try to watch Jalen Carter and Mason Graham and Zach Allen. I try to watch those guys and Aaron Donald especially, but I really try to model my games after them because they've done it the right way and they're very good at what they do.
Zach
Dogs.
Allen, that's a ball knower answer.
Yes, it is. Absolutely, it is.
I love that. To follow up on kind of changing the narrative, do you feel like there was a vibe amongst all the people or a lot of the people visiting this weekend where it was like, that's the job, like that's what we're here to do, we're going to change this thing?
Yeah, man. Everybody that I've talked to, like all the defensive guys that I was on a visit with, like Yamil Talib, we all have a goal and to come in and dominate because we are from FCS and G6, and we weren't really recruited out of high school for real. So we're just coming in and do our due diligence.
Hell yeah.
Most definitely. Dylan, you mentioned Pecco playing a big role in just showing love as soon as you touch down in Boulder. How cool is it that you're going to have, two guys like Coach Pecco, like Coach Sapp, who have done some amazing things in the NFL, who have been there and done that in terms of what you want to accomplish and do? How much more just does it mean that those are going to be the guys that are going to be, directing you, coaching you, and guiding you over the next year or so?
Man, it's been very cool. It's not often you get coached by a coach that has played 15 years in the league and was a captain for 8 of those years.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you see a coach like that.
Dylan, just last one for me. I mean, the transfer portal, it's a busy time. There's a lot of players coming in and out, going into Boulder, going other places for visits. Just what would you tell the other transfers out there who are looking at Boulder and considering committing to Colorado?
Come win. If you don't, stay on the other side because we will find you.
Stay on that side. Let's
on
go,
that side.
man. Hey, Dylan, really appreciate you joining us today, bro. We'll let you go with this one, and we'll see you up in Boulder here pretty soon, yeah?
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me.
Congratulations, man. We'll
Congrats,
see you soon.
bro.
Congrats, Dylan. See you soon, bro. Appreciate
you.
it.
See y'all soon.
And this is Gideon ESPN Lampron.
Let's ask him.
I mean, we'll ask him himself here. Gideon, I mean, thank you so much for joining us, man. We're excited to have you. First question, ESPN, how's it pronounced?
So it can go either way, but it's in all caps, so I say ESPN. So
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
See,
Hell
my research has already failed me because I read yesterday that it was supposed to be pronounced Espen.
that's what my dad said to make my mom happier.
Speaking of, I read that your dad just kind of like snuck away and wrote it on the birth certificate. Is that accurate?
Yeah, so it was supposed to be Gideon Xavier, still a good name, but my dad, he had other plans, and I guess he tried to name my older brother Larry Bird Lampron because he's a big Celtics fan.
That'd be crazy.
But he snuck it right on the birth certificate, and yeah.
That's what's up. Hey, Gideon, congratulations on the commitment, my guy. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for pulling up us on the show. Let's describe your game for us, though, man. A lot of people have seen some clips of you. They've seen the 119 tackles, the 20 tackles for a loss. How would you describe your game and how you like to play when you touch the football field?
Yeah, I just like to play fast, always trying to go to the football, that's one thing that always plays just relentless effort and, it can't be denied.
I mean, Gideon, you had all the stats and stuff, but also a team captain last year for Bowling Green. I mean, I'm sure you've heard to this point, leadership was a big topic here at Colorado last year. Just in your own words, what does it mean to be a leader? What did it mean for you having your teammates kind of elect you as a captain last year?
Yeah, it was really big for me because, transferring in a new place, the way I went about it was just putting my head down and, grinding, like working so hard. So hearing that my team, elected me to be a captain, it was huge for me. And it's definitely a hard situation to leave being a captain. But I know I could bring my leadership to this new place, and it's a young room. I know they are bringing in some freshmen, so I'm pretty excited.
How do you become a leader? What do you do? What do you display? How did you earn that honor, do you think, from your teammates?
Yeah, you gotta do the right things and hold people accountable when they don't. That's the biggest thing you can do because, if you're doing the right things, it's not really like they can talk back. It's not like, oh, you did this the other week or something like that. It's like, no, standard's the standard, and we all got to do it. So.
Love that answer.
Getting you're likely very highly sought after in the portal. You could have probably continued to take some other visits after stopping by in Boulder, but why Colorado? Why did you decide that this was the place, the coaching staff, the program for you in your future?
Yeah, it checked every box. It was unreal. I always want to live by mountains too, so that kind of sold me also. But I also I don't know if I can. I had a It was a sign of God from God. I bumped into the head coach randomly a few weeks ago, and I just had to take it as fate. So.
Love that.
That's what's up.
Gideon, I just asked Dylan Manuel this, but you were an unranked 2022 recruit. You kind of, stay home, go to Dayton, and you really play well there, and then you end up at Bowling Green, and now you're at Colorado. Just how motivating has it been, just this journey, and also, being an unranked 2022 guy and kind of having to find your own way throughout your college career?
Yeah, it was hard, because everyone wants to go to the bigger school to start. I remember stressing my like young self out about that. And but what that caused, that created like an amazing work ethic for me. Just can't be denied. Chip on my shoulder, and I carried that with me, the past 4 years of my career. So getting this opportunity to finally, get to where I think I should have been, I can't wait.
What was your visit like this weekend, and what were some of the guys that you met while you were out here that are going to be your teammates that you got along with?
Yeah, the visit was unreal. I've always wanted to be out there. It's my first time in Colorado. It was just everything I expected. Some of the guys I met was Tyler Moore, the D line commit. I think he ended up committing, and
Yep.
Tyler Martinez, the other linebacker commit. So it was pretty good to see two other guys that I'm going to spend a lot of time with. And also, I just want to thank the guy that was on before me, Dylan. I'm pretty appreciative of him. He's going to be doing some work up front.
Yep.
It was definitely. I got two for you. I want to go back just a little bit. Getting you mentioned that you bumped into Coach Prime a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so I don't know how much I don't know. They asked me to tell a story on my visit and some video, so I don't know if they're gonna
Oh,
say
okay.
anything, but yeah, it was an act of God. I bumped into him in an airport, so
That's
um
crazy.
yeah, I don't know how much that's gonna go out like in detail and stuff, but it's pretty insane.
I got you. And then you also mentioned Tyler Martinez, who also committed yesterday, a linebacker. Seems like y'all are going to be working in tandem quite a bit, that second level of the defense. What do you know about him? What have you seen from his game? And what do you think you guys can potentially be as a linebacker duo?
Yeah, I know he has a lot of experience. That's what we need in this room. He has some great plays. I went and watched his highlights, because just want to know who I'm going to be playing with. He makes some good decisions. He slows down when he needs to, and he knows when to go like speed up, which it's really important for a linebacker to have that ability.
Hell yeah.
Gideon, just who were some of the coaches that were around in your visit? Obviously, Coach Prime and all, but who were some of the position coaches you talked to? What did Coach Livingston say to you as well?
Oh yeah, so it was awesome. Coach Marv was great to meet. Yeah, he really, just took me away in my individual meeting with him. I mean, I don't know how someone would not want to play for him after talking to him. Then Coach Pecos, the D line coach, played for the Bengals, Ravens
Yep.
against my Browns, so I knew who he was. Sucks, but yeah, he was awesome. He's one of the nicest people I think I've ever met. And actually, my agent was with me, and he took a picture with Pecos at a Cincinnati event when he was like 6 years old.
Wow.
Damn.
So that was kind of crazy, full circle thing. And then Coach Livingston's awesome. So he played for my Dayton coaches when he was at William and Mary.
Mm.
Um, my Dayton coaches were his safety coach and defensive coordinator, I think. So that, I mean, that's pretty crazy. He pretty much told me what my defense was at Dayton without, being in it for 20 years or something. Um, but yeah, the coaches were awesome. I mean, you'd want to go to a place where the coaches weren't giving you a great time.
Your Browns, I heard. So, rolling with
Yeah.
Shador starter next year.
Yeah, I think they need a coach, who believes in them. I'm a big fan. All of us here are big fans. And, I was at Bowling Green last year, and Harold fan and ended up going
Right.
there. And he's probably the best, he's probably the best rookie tight end in the league. One of the best tight ends in the league. I mean, he's unreal.
That's what's up. What are some of the goals you have for yourself and in the team as well, Gideon, ahead of this season? Some things that you want to accomplish, like I said, both as an individual and as a squad.
Yeah, I'm going to take it the same way I went into my last season. Last season it was a little rough record wise, but my one goal is to win. I'm tired of I want to be on a winning squad. That's the biggest thing for me. I hope I can prove myself as the leader. And I know I'm going to, but the biggest thing, I just want to win football. It's my last year, and I just want to win.
Kind of with that, I asked you about being a leader. That usually comes with the green dot on the helmet, being the play caller in the huddle. Just what is that role like for you? How comfortable are you in that role?
I have played Mike, Will. I've played both since I got in college football. In my first at Dayton, I was Mike, sometimes Will. But then once I got to BG, I was a Will completely. But up until game 3 of the regular season last year, one of incredible player Dorian Pringle, he got hurt. And so I had to take the mic role, and it came with some struggles and stuff like that. But I'm more than confident now after being put into a different position mid-season. I'm ready for it, and I know I'm going to be prepared this coming season.
Awesome.
Gideon, what do you think makes your game special? What is your secret ingredient?
Man, I can recognize some stuff fast. I react kind of fast. I like to get downhill, strike linemen. You can't be scared of those guys. But just the motor, I'm going to get to the football, and I like coming downhill.
I know when people play against you, they're like, does this dude know the play? This dude heard the play call, because you really be there a lot of times before a running back get to a hole, before a lineman can pull or something like that. That film recognition is obvious when you watch your tape. Somebody mentioned something in the chat, asked a question in the chat that I think is a really good one. Obviously, Gideon, you might know that some guys either get an L for a leader on their jersey or a D for a dog. Which one would you rather have, and why?
My dad already asked me that one.
Shout out,
and
Pops.
obviously the answer is both. But if I had to choose one, I got to be a leader. I want to lead this team. I want to be able to be a strong voice and do everything I can to help us win. But doesn't mean you can't be a dog too.
Yeah.
You do Dad doing practice interviews with you? What's going on here?
All right, Gideon, we'll let you go on that one, bro. It sounds like it was meant to be, man. We're happy to have you, and we'll catch you up in Boulder here eventually too.
100%. Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes,
let's go, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank
Congrats,
you.
bro.
Congrats.
Go Buffs.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, bro. Gideon ESPN Lampron. That was awesome.
What a guy.